From the leafy neighborhood of Muthaiga Estate, billionaire Manu Chandaria and his wife Aruna welcome me into their home. It is a life they have built together over half a century, and here where they recline, every corner is bejeweled with choice Indian art and hallmarks of their spirituality. And impressive as it appears, it is a humble home for a man of his vast means. He has rubbed shoulders with the high and mighty. Regional presidents have celebrated his rare achievements as an industrialist and a philanthropist. His is a story of success from humble beginnings of a small family business that mushroomed into a corporate empire with interests in more than 70 countries and today billed as a competitive employer on the global scene. Manu Chandaria is decorated both at home and abroad. He has been awarded the Order of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth II and the Elder of the Burning Spear by President Mwai Kibaki, one of the highest civilian honors in the land. Born 1st March 1929, Manilal Pramachand Chandaria would spend his life in 3 countries. Here in Kenya, where he was born and now continues to live and work, to India, where he spent part of his early childhood, and the United States, where he went to university. And though he is a British citizen, Manu says he's really and has always been more Kenyan Indian. In 1940, with the stirrings of civil strife in colonial Kenya, a small band of local fighters would target the Asian community. They were angered by the strata of Kenyan society, the powerful occupying British, the Indian worker, and then the indigenous Kenyan at the bottom of that pyramid. These attacks would force part of Manu's family and others to flee the country for India.
Here, the whole Asian community depended on each other to growth. They all came with nothing. They were all building themselves up. And everybody was holding everybody's hand. And when you went over there, you found specifically communities separate, the rich separate, the poor separate, the middle people separate.
All this time, he had his eye on his younger sister-in-law, Aruna, whom he would later marry. But family ties were strained, and winning her heart would not be easy.
It was then, after that, when I joined my company, she had come down again for her brother's wedding. And so for that, I started, and knowing very well that I'm jumping in the deep end, and it's going to be very difficult. And I think that's why it took a longer time. My younger cousin got married ahead of me. Normally it's not done. But then I said, no, I'll hang on to it.
Comcraft Group of Companies, where he is chairman and CEO of the billion-dollar enterprise, has a presence in over 40 countries. He took over the company from his soon-to-be father-in-law.
Engineer graduates at that time were just very few and far between to find. But at that time, the philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi came back. And we asked ourselves, our parents have gone through all these problems to educate us, to give us where we are today. They have some dreams. Are we going to shatter those dreams and finish? Or I'm going to continue, be a family. And that was the first value, that family is what you can build on.
And succeed he did, and out of the parent company would emerge Mabati Rolling Mills Limited, Kalu Works Limited, Aluminium Africa Limited based in Dar es Salaam, Uganda Bati Limited in Kampala, among others. And as he grew older, his influence would be untamed. He sits as chairman and vice chairman of corporate organizations, far too many for me to list, each seeking a piece of his wisdom gained over time. But where does he get the time to do all this?
Besides my business, there's something that I can do. I can improve. I can help. And that's why I get up in the morning. I sleep at night late because I want to understand. Not just go over there and be that chief guest. Don't attend a meeting when you've got 200 pages to read. I read every page. I underline which I want the question.
Community is at the core of his values. He attributes this to two teachings, that of the legendary Mahatma Gandhi and the late Mother Teresa, who wrote him letters on numerous occasions and visited their home 4 times.
Gandhi really gave us the first lesson of philosophy, that without sacrificing, nothing can be achieved. And while in college we spun our own thread, we got our own cloth viewed, and our wardrobe was 3 pair of pants, 3 shirts, 3 underwears. That's it.
The Chandaria Foundation, where 10% of his company's earnings go, is just one of the charities he is part of. He commits to social work in various fields, from health to academia and technology, governance and wildlife. So is there a secret recipe to making the billions?
The relationships and foresight, vision, where you want to go. And now I'm putting time to go. Don't just say open-ended. I want to reach here in this time. And if I don't reach there, why have I not reached? So it's asking yourself questions. If somebody can ask you a question, it's a different question. But when you ask yourself a question, why can't you produce? Why can't you sell? What's the problem? You ask yourself and you start self-analysis.